record, I'm Caryn York, Executive Director of the Job Opportunities Task Force. For the sake of time and to respect the comment that you just made regarding this being the first panel, many of the panelists before me have spoke very eloquently about a push against the governor's package and ensuring that we actually invest in those opportunities that are going to ensure that individuals actually move away from things like having to turn to a gun or having to turn to criminal activity. And so I'm not going to regurgitate or re-articulate many of those points. You've heard these points not just today, but there have been references to the Justice Reinvestment Act where we've gone through these arguments time and time again. And you're absolutely right, where Justice Reinvestment Act, that whole process was for us to analyze 10 years of state prison data and to figure out who we're locking up for how long and why. And we came up with a set of recommendations, and the whole idea was to ensure that we had a balancing act when it comes to who were we locking up and why. And it's really unfortunate that 2 years later, we are back in the opposite lane, actually moving in the opposite direction. And so it's a bit frustrating and disappointing to use justice reinvestment in the same sentence as this package that's before us. So I really urge the committee to take a deep dive into what the governor's package is proposing, really touch base with the advocates. Many of them you've heard today, many of them you've heard before, you will continue to hear. Instead of just moving in the direction of having to have a knee-jerk reaction. I know we don't like that term of a knee-jerk reaction, but instead of this knee-jerk reaction of trying to impose a statewide solution to a Baltimore City challenge, I would hope that we really take a more holistic, comprehensive approach and use a multifaceted, multi-pronged solution to address the challenges that are, yes, in Baltimore City, are not new to Baltimore City, but also plague other jurisdictions in the state. And so for that, I urge an unfavorable vote for Senate Bill 197 and 198 and 199. I just want to throw that.